In this video, I will be going through my game week team selection for game week 29 and going through all the things you need to know for game week 29 because it's a double game week. This is a great opportunity to capitalize on multiple teams playing multiple times and getting all those points. So stay tuned to the end and be sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, hit those notifications so you don't miss any more FPL content from me. Now let's get into the video. So here's my team for game week 29, and as you can see, we have used the bench boost. This is the best time to use the bench boost. This is by far the biggest double game week of the year, and if you still have your bench boost, now would be a great time to use it. I mean, you could also use triple captain if you have it, but if you're deciding in between the two, I would definitely go with the bench boost because there are so many teams playing double game weeks. It's a great time to take advantage. And for the triple captain, there are other teams that will be having double game weeks further down the line. I believe in game week 34 potentially is another double game week, so you could potentially use it there. But for now, for game week 29, your best bet is the bench boost. So if you still have it, it's time to use it now. So for my team, I've made two transfers. I've gotten rid of Bruno and James Tarkowski, and I've brought in McAllister and Estupinian. Two great transfers mainly for two reasons. One, I feel like Brighton's double game week this week is probably one of the easiest of all the teams that have double game weeks. They are playing against Brentford and Bournemouth, two relatively easy fixtures. Brentford is a tough game, but they're at home, so I like to think Brighton will do very well then, and Bournemouth at home, obviously a relegation team, so not the strongest. So I feel like Brighton players will do very well in game week 29. And also, another reason why is they still have two more double game weeks to come. They still have yet to play Newcastle and Man United. So more double game weeks up ahead for Brighton, and having three of them in, I feel like will benefit me and obviously everyone else in the future because, like I said, they still have more double game weeks to come. Now, contrary to what I've actually done, I would actually hold off on making transfers for the moment because it is an international break coming up before game week 29. So you got 2 weeks to decide on what your transfers are going to be, and as well because a lot of these players here, they're going to be on international duty, and you never know. Some of them may get injured on international duty, so obviously if you make a transfer in and the player gets injured, then that's going to be a huge problem for you. So contrary to what I've done, I would hold off on making transfers for now. Let's see what happens during the international break. When they come back from international break, see who's available and then make your selections then. But I've just done the transfers here just to showcase on kind of what I'm thinking. It could come back to bite me, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. And yeah, so if you're not willing to take a risk, just hold off on making transfer for now. Decide and then execute like just before game week 29 starts. Now I see a lot of people are actually getting rid of Haaland actually. For me, in my opinion, I think it's not worth the risk because for one reason, I can understand from one point because Haaland does not have a double game week, so maybe the point potential is not as high. But for me, in my personal opinion, I wouldn't do it. If you do have Haaland, I wouldn't get rid of him. Mainly because he is a very good player and he scores a lot of goals, as we've seen in the Leipzig game. And also look at the team he's facing. He's going up against Liverpool at the Etihad. I just think it's gonna be one-way traffic for Man City because think about it. You've got players like De Bruyne, you've got Foden, you've got Bernardo, you've got Ilkay Gundogan, you got Rodri, you got Jack Grealish, you got all these midfielders that are extremely technical and can pass through any team. Compared to Liverpool, they have what? Who do they have? They have Fabinho, they have Jordan Henderson, and Harvey Elliott. I believe Thiago and Stefan Bajcetic, whatever his name is, are injured. So for me, in my opinion, I only really see one-way traffic for this game. So I feel like Man City are going to get a big win, to be honest, because simply, as I stated, Liverpool's midfield is probably going to get dominated and sliced through like a hot knife through butter. And yeah, and Haaland's going to be on the end of a lot of crosses, a lot of passes, and this goal potential is very high. So for me, I still think Haaland is still worth having in double game week 29. Because, you know, I mean, if he scores like 2 goals, then like he's worth it. Like, it doesn't matter what it doesn't matter that if he doesn't have a double game week. If he scores 2 goals, then that's a huge haul. That's a great success there. And obviously, he throughout this season, as we know, he's shown his quality more often than not. So yeah, for me at least, I'm willing to bet on Haaland to do very well in game week 29. And as for captaincy, I've got Rashford as captain for now, simply because he's just on great form, and he can score from anywhere, as we saw against Betis. So yeah, against Newcastle, who aren't looking as good as defensively as they did earlier in the season. I don't think he's kept a clean sheet in a while. Yes, not since game week 21? When's the last time they kept a clean sheet? Yeah, game week 21 was the last time they kept a clean sheet. So yeah, Newcastle defense not looking so great as they used to, and Brentford at home, I mean Old Trafford. Yeah, there's a good chance there. But anyway, it's not totally set. Things can change. Obviously, you still got 2 weeks to decide on your team. So yeah, but for now, Rashford is captain. So yeah, that's my team for game week 29. Honestly, if I get anything less than 120 points, I'm gonna be fuming. I'm gonna be fuming because I believe the points potential is so high. Unless a player gets injured and I need to make a switch, I can't see anything less than 120 points, in my personal opinion. So I'm expecting a great week for game week 29. Let me know in the comments down below how you're feeling with my team and with your team as well. So players you're looking into bring in for game week 29, honestly, any player that has a double game week is a very good shout. There are some players that even I don't have in my team that are still worth looking at. Honestly, I'm looking at West Ham. They're playing against Southampton and Newcastle. I think those are pretty good fixtures. There's a lot of players you can choose from that could be differentials, like Jared Bowen, 2.6. Ooh, that is a sweet differential right there if I'm looking at it. I mean, yeah. And they're both at home as well. Jeez, I feel like looking into a player like Jared Bowen would be a great option if you want to stand out from the rest. Obviously, Brighton players are great. You can go with players like Mitoma, McAllister, Solly March even. Honestly, you're spoiled for choice as well. Pascal Gross as well. Estupiñán, Robert Sanchez. Actually, Robert Sanchez has been benched, so you got to think about that. But yeah, any of the Brighton players you see on my team, or Solly March or Pascal Gross, I feel like are great options as well. Villa players are great. You've got players like Ollie Watkins who are just totally on form right now. And yeah, looking real good. Also Brentford, obviously Brentford. Who can forget Brentford? Absolutely doing extremely well this season. Ivan Toney, you know, the reason I didn't really go with him because these 2 fixtures here, Brighton away, Man United away, they're kind of tough-ish fixtures. So I feel like, you know, maybe I could bring in, but you know, we'll see. Maybe I might change my mind. I might change my mind, obviously, because Ivan Toney as well is on penalties, and if Brentford get a penalty, his penalty conversion is basically converts every time. So definitely worth looking into. And yeah, just take your time. Don't rush into making any decisions, like I said, because it is international break and things can change, player injury wise. So yeah, just take your time. No need to rush. And yeah, make a great decision for yourself and your team. So thank you all so much for watching. Please be sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, hit those notifications like I said, so you don't miss any more FPL content from me. And follow me on the socials if you want as well. The links are down below. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, links are down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, like I said, leave a like, and until the next video, I'll see you later.